Last summer, I invited my entire family over for a massive backyard barbecue. Everything was prepped perfectly, but my cheap, rusty grill completely betrayed me. It simply would not hold a steady temperature. Half the burgers were burnt to a crisp, and the other half were entirely raw in the center. It was a complete disaster. Finding a charcoal grill that actually controls heat and lasts through the seasons is a frustrating nightmare. Today, I'm breaking down the top 7 charcoal barbecue grills to save you from that embarrassment. Stick around until number 1, because it changes everything. 7. PK Grills PK360. When I first set up the PK grills, I was genuinely intrigued by its unique aesthetic and solid cast aluminum capsule. It looks like a retro time capsule from the 1950s, but it promises modern performance. I spent several weekends putting this unit through its paces, cooking everything from low and slow pork butts to high heat seared steaks. The heavy-duty aluminum construction is completely rust-proof, which gave me immense peace of mind when leaving it out on my patio during a heavy rainstorm, knowing the body would survive the elements. The major selling point of this grill is the 4-point venting system, featuring 2 distinct vents on the top and 2 on the bottom. In theory, this allows for exceptional 2-zone cooking and precise temperature management by routing airflow exactly where you want it. I found that creating a hot searing zone and a cool resting zone was indeed relatively straightforward. However, despite the premium materials, I noticed that the capsule design doesn't hold ambient heat quite as efficiently as ceramic or double-walled steel competitors, requiring me to burn through more charcoal than I anticipated during longer smoking sessions. The real frustration began when it was time to clean up after a long cookout. The ash management system on the PK360 is incredibly cumbersome and outdated compared to modern standards. There is no simple, slide-out ash catcher or unclosed pan underneath the main body of the grill. Instead, you have to carefully sweep the spent ash out of a small hole at the bottom, which almost always results in a messy cloud of soot covering your shoes and staining your patio. For a grill at this premium price point, this feels like a massive design oversight. 6. Gravity Series 800. The Gravity Series 800 completely captivated me with its promise of combining the authentic flavor of charcoal with the absolute set it and forget it convenience of a modern pellet grill. The concept is brilliant. You load up a massive vertical hopper with up to 16 pounds of lump charcoal, light it from the bottom, and a digitally controlled fan regulates the airflow to maintain your exact desired temperature. During my initial cooks, the ability to dial in exactly 225 degrees on a digital panel and walk away while burning real charcoal felt like absolute magic. One of the standout features of this specific model is the included flat-top griddle insert, which is a massive game changer for backyard cooking. Swapping out the standard cast iron grates for the heavy-duty griddle allowed me to smash out dozens of diner-style burgers and cook a massive weekend breakfast of bacon and eggs right over a live charcoal fire. The versatility here is truly impressive, and the flavor profile it delivers is noticeably superior to cooking on a standard standalone gas griddle. However, my prolonged testing revealed some glaring issues that completely shattered the illusion of a perfect grill. The build quality throughout the Gravity Series 800 feels surprisingly thin and fragile in crucial areas, particularly the internal heat manifold and the firebox, which started showing signs of rapid degradation and warping after just a few high heat searing sessions. More frustratingly, the grill relies on a series of delicate safety switches on the hopper and lid doors to operate the fan, and these switches are notoriously prone to failing or melting, completely shutting down the grill mid-cook without warning. 5. Char-Griller E16620. Moving into much better territory, the Char-Griller E16620 brings the legendary performance of a traditional ceramic egg into a far more accessible and deeply durable package. I was deeply skeptical that a steel Komodo could truly compete with thick ceramic, but testing this grill completely blew my expectations out of the water. It is constructed from triple-walled, 22-gauge steel with premium insulation sandwiched in between, making it incredibly resilient and, most importantly, vastly lighter than its fragile ceramic cousins. The heat retention on this insulated steel grill is nothing short of phenomenal. I loaded the fire bowl with a modest pile of lump charcoal, dialed back the numbered cast iron top damper, and the corn held a perfectly steady low temperature for over 12 hours without me ever needing to add a single piece of extra fuel. It is remarkably efficient, locking in moisture and smoke so effectively that my pulled pork turned out incredibly tender with a gorgeous, deep pink smoke ring that rivaled professional, competition-level barbecue joints. When you want to turn up the heat, the corn responds beautifully to airflow adjustments. By opening the top and bottom vents wide, I easily push the internal temperature past 600 degrees, utilizing the heavy-duty cast iron grates to achieve an aggressive, restaurant-quality sear on thick ribeye steaks. The cast iron grates retain heat flawlessly and leave beautiful, dark grill marks across the meat, while the insulated body ensures the outside of the grill doesn't get dangerously hot to the touch during peak operation. One of my absolute favorite things about using this grill on a weekly basis is the surprisingly convenient ash pan design. For Royal Gourmet CC1830W. There is something undeniably satisfying about cooking on a classic barrel-style grill, and the Royal Gourmet delivers that nostalgic, authentic backyard barbecue experience flawlessly. When I set this unit up, I instantly appreciated the massive cooking area it provided right out of the box. With over 800 square inches of total cooking space, including the main grates and the swing-away warming rack, I found it incredibly easy to cater to large gatherings, fitting dozens of burgers, hot dogs, and vegetable skewers all at the exact same time without feeling cramped. What really elevated my cooking experience with this grill was the inclusion of an adjustable charcoal pan mechanism. By simply turning an ergonomic crank handle on the front of the grill, I could physically raise or lower the bed of burning coals closer to or further away from the cooking grates. This tactile, immediate temperature controller allowed me to quickly transition from intensely searing a batch of chicken wings to gently warming delicate burger buns without having to mess around with air vents or shuffle food awkwardly across different heat zones. The construction of the grill feels surprisingly sturdy for its category, utilizing a heavy-duty steel body that holds heat nicely and is coated in a high-temperature black finish that aggressively resists peeling and rust over time. The porcelain enameled steel wire cooking grates are fantastic. They heat up very quickly, distribute that heat evenly across the massive surface area, and feature a slick coating that perfectly prevents lean meats and delicate fish from sticking, making the post-dinner scrub down incredibly fast and painless. I also have to highlight the brilliant inclusion of ample, practical workspace on this specific model. The large front shelf provided me with plenty of room to rest heavy platters of raw meat, bottles of barbecue sauce, and my collection of tongs right where I needed them most. 3. Weber Master Touch Charcoal Grill. It is virtually impossible to talk about the best charcoal grills on the market without giving immense respect to the Weber Master Touch, a grill that takes the iconic, timeless Kettle design and elevates it with premium quality of life features. Taking this grill out onto the patio just feels inherently right. The sleek porcelain enameled bowl and lid are not only gorgeous to look at, but they are practically invincible against the elements, completely shrugging off rain, snow, and years of intense heat without a single hint of rust or color fading. The absolute star of the show during my testing was the brilliant Gourmet BBQ system cooking grates. Instead of a standard, solid wire rack, the center of the grate is fully removable, allowing you to drop in a wide variety of custom Weber cooking accessories. I swapped out the center ring to drop in a heavy cast iron wok to stir-fry fresh vegetables over roaring hot coals, and later used a specialized pizza stone insert to bake incredible wood-fired style pizzas right in my backyard. It effectively turns a simple Kettle grill into an entire outdoor kitchen. Weber completely solved the biggest headache of traditional charcoal grilling with their fully unclosed, high-capacity ash catcher system. With a simple, smooth swipe of the handle located on the bottom of the bowl, 3 internal aluminum blades sweep the bottom of the grill entirely clean, funneling all the spent ash into a deep, fully unclosed aluminum bucket. This meant I could clean the grill in less than 5 seconds without a single speck of dusty ash blowing onto my shoes or across my freshly swept patio. Every little detail on the Master Touch feels purposefully engineered for a smooth, effortless outdoor cooking experience. 2. Masterbuilt Auto Ignite 545. The Masterbuilt is a breathtaking revelation in the world of outdoor cooking, seamlessly blending the rich, smoky flavors of authentic charcoal with the ultimate push-button convenience of a modern gas grill. Setting up for a cookout with this machine completely blew my mind the first time I used it. Instead of wrestling with messy chimney starters, crumpled newspaper, or noxious lighter fluid, I simply loaded the internal mini hopper, pressed a single ignition button, and the built-in quick light system instantly sparked the coals to life entirely on its own. Once the fire is officially lit, the digital technology truly takes the reins, delivering a completely stress-free cooking environment that feels like cheating. I was able to connect the grill directly to the Masterbuilt smartphone app, set my exact target temperature, and let the integrated digital fan continuously monitor and adjust the airflow to perfectly maintain that heat. Watching the grill automatically hold a perfectly steady 250 degrees for hours while I sat inside and monitored the meat probes on my phone felt like stepping directly into the future of barbecue. Despite all the highly advanced technology, the Auto Ignite 545 never compromises on the raw, traditional grilling performance that enthusiasts demand. The heavy-duty cast iron cooking grates provided an incredible, blistering sear on my steaks, locking in those gorgeous, dark grill marks and deep, complex flavors that you can only ever truly achieve over a bed of real burning charcoal. The food tasted incredibly authentic, proving there is zero sacrifice in flavor quality for the sake of this incredible modern convenience. Furthermore, the design is brilliantly practical for everyday residential use. 1. Connected KJ150411123. From the moment you touch the incredibly thick, premium ceramic shell and engage the heavy-duty airlift hinge that makes the massive dome feel weightless, you know you are dealing with an ultra-premium, luxury cooking instrument. It is built to outlast multiple lifetimes and completely dominates any patio it sits on. What makes the Connected Joe a revolutionary masterpiece is the brilliant automatic fire starter perfectly combined with a digital control board. I literally just dumped a load of massive lump charcoal directly into the firebox, pressed the glowing ignite button on the digital screen, and walked away. The grill automatically fired a concealed heating element to instantly ignite the coals, while the internal fan seamlessly drove the ambient temperature exactly to my target, completely eliminating the steep learning curve of lighting and manually tuning a traditional Komodo grill. The level of precise, unwavering control this grill offers is absolutely unparalleled in the entire grilling industry. Whether I wanted to hold a gentle, rolling smoke at 200 degrees for a massive brisket overnight, or completely crank the internal fan to easily push the temperature past 700 degrees for an aggressive, steakhouse-quality sear, the Connected Joe handled it with terrifying accuracy. The massively thick ceramic walls magically lock in every ounce of moisture and wood smoke, resulting in the juiciest, most intensely flavorful meats I have ever had the absolute pleasure of cooking. Beyond the astonishing modern technology, it still proudly features Komodo Joe's legendary divide and conquer flexible cooking system, allowing you to cook on multiple levels with entirely different heat zones simultaneously using varying half-moon grates.